Level 1. The Curious. You watched a video online. Maybe it was someone pulling 6 plates off the floor like it weighed nothing. Maybe it was a tiny woman squatting a bar loaded with more than 3 of her. Maybe it was just a guy in a gym, grinding through a lift that looked impossible, and completing it anyway. Something about it reached through the screen and grabbed you. You don't know what powerlifting is exactly. You know it involves 3 lifts: squat, bench, deadlift, and that people compete on them. Beyond that, you're guessing. You go to a gym for the first time or return to one you abandoned months ago. You find a barbell. You put some weight on it. You have no idea what you're doing. Your squat looks like you're sitting into a chair that's slightly too far away. Your deadlift looks like you're trying to pick up something you dropped without bending your knees. Your bench is fine, actually. Everyone's bench is fine at first. It's the easiest one to fake. You film yourself because someone in a forum told you to. You watch the footage back. You look nothing like the people in the videos that brought you here. That's okay. Neither did they, once. You buy a program someone recommended. Starting strength, strong lifts, GZCLP. It doesn't matter much which one. At this stage, they all work. You will get stronger almost every session for months. This is called newbie gains, and it is the most generous gift the sport will ever give you. Enjoy it. It doesn't last. You are not a powerlifter yet. You are someone who has decided to try. That's how everyone starts. Level 2. The convert. Something changed. You're not sure exactly when it happened. Somewhere between your 3rd month and your 6th, lifting stopped being a thing you do and became a thing you are. You think about your squat form in the shower. You read about periodization before bed. You have opinions now, actual opinions, about heel elevation and hip hinge mechanics, and whether high bar or low bar is superior. 6 months ago, you didn't know those words. Your numbers are moving. You're squatting your body weight. You're pulling more than that. The bench is lagging because the bench always lags, and this will remain true for the rest of your lifting career. You've started eating differently. Not perfectly, but deliberately. You know roughly how much protein you're eating. You've learned what a gram of protein per pound of body weight actually looks like on a plate. It's more chicken than you expected. You've told people you powerlift. This felt strange the first time. It still feels a little strange. Most people respond by asking if you've seen that video where someone's knee goes the wrong direction. You have not, and you changed the subject. You've started following lifters online. You know the names at the top of the sport. You watch their competition footage. You study their setups, their bracing, the way they approach the bar. You are building a mental library of what good looks like. You haven't competed yet. You're not ready, you tell yourself. You will tell yourself this for longer than necessary. Level 3. The competitor. You signed up for a meet. You don't know why it took you this long. The meet itself is a local one, a small federation, a community center, or a school gymnasium, folding tables and chalk dust, and a PA system playing music too loud for the room. You've spent the last 12 weeks on a competition prep program. You have a peak. You have attempts planned. You've practiced your commands: squat, rack, press, start, in your bedroom, out loud, feeling slightly ridiculous. Meet day arrives. The adrenaline is unlike anything you expected. Your warm-ups feel heavy. Your hands won't stop sweating. You watch a lifter you've never met open at a weight you thought was impressive and make it look like an empty bar. You take the platform for your first squat. The room goes quiet in a way that gyms never do. You set up. You wait for the command. You squat. You rack it. 3 white lights. You've competed. You are a powerlifter now. Your total is modest. You know that. You don't care. Not today. You stay until the end of the meet and watch every flight and cheer for strangers like you've known them for years. This is the thing nobody warned you about: the community. Powerlifting, for a sport built around individual performance, turns out to be profoundly collective. People load each other's bars. They warm each other up. They chalk hands they've never touched before. A seasoned lifter coaches you through your 3rd attempt, even though she's competing against you. You drive home exhausted and already thinking about the next one. Level 4. The serious amateur. You've competed in several meets now. You have a best total. You know exactly where you rank in your weight class and federation. You check the rankings. You'd be lying if you said you didn't. You've hired a coach, or found a serious program, or joined a powerlifting gym where the equipment is built for this and not retrofitted around a commercial gym floor plan. The difference is immediate. Monolift, competition bench, deadlift platform, calibrated plates. A room full of people who understand what you're doing without explanation. Training has become structured in a way it wasn't before. You have a mesocycle. You understand what RPE means, and you can actually gauge it accurately now, which took longer than you expected. You know your weaknesses with uncomfortable precision. The squat breaks forward out of the hole. The bench stalls 2 inches off the chest. The deadlift is your best lift, and you still find things wrong with it. You've started managing your weight class seriously. This means either staying in the one you're in by controlling your body weight, or committing to moving up or down. Either way, it means thinking about food as a tool in a way that goes beyond protein targets. You know about water cuts, you know about refeeds, you know which direction your body wants to go naturally, and you have a complicated relationship with that information. You have gear now. A belt you've broken in over hundreds of sessions. Knee sleeves that you treat with more care than most of your clothing. Wrist wraps. Possibly a squat bar. Definitely chalk, everywhere, always. Your friends outside of lifting have stopped asking about your training because the answers got too long. Your friends inside of lifting ask questions you actually want to answer. This is a life now. Not a hobby. A life. Level 5. The platform chaser. You're chasing something specific, a qualifying total, a national ranking, a number that exists in a spreadsheet somewhere, that means something to the federation, and more importantly, to you. Training at this level is serious business. 4 days a week minimum. Volume that would have broken you 18 months ago. You track everything. Sleep, food, soreness, bar speed. You know the difference between fatigue and injury by the precise texture of the sensation, which is a skill you wish you'd never needed to develop. You've been hurt. Not catastrophically, but meaningfully. A pec strain that cost you 2 months of bench pressing. A hip that complained for a full training block. A knee that needed imaging and a physiotherapist, and several weeks of exercises you found humiliating in their modesty. Injury is the recurring tax of this sport. You pay it, you recover, you come back. You've started understanding your body in a way that feels almost clinical. You know how long it takes to recover from a heavy squat session. You know how your sleep quality affects bar speed the next morning. You know the specific kind of tired that means you're adapting, and the specific kind that means you need to back off. You've become a minor expert in the one subject of yourself under load. Competition is a major event now. You plan your calendar around meets. You book travel. You cut weight the night before, something you swore you'd never do, and now do without much drama. You have a meet day routine that you follow with the rigidity of a pre-flight checklist. Your total has moved significantly. You are in a different percentile than you were 2 years ago. The numbers that once felt like ceilings are now warm-up weights. You've stopped telling most people outside the sport what your lifts are. The context required makes it not worth the conversation. Level 6. The elite. You qualified. Nationals. The regional championships. Whatever the threshold was in your federation, you cleared it. The platform at this level is different. The warm-up room is different. Quieter, more deliberate. The kind of focus you can feel as a physical thing in the air. The lifters around you are people you've watched on the internet. Some of them have sponsors. All of them are serious in a way that reset your internal calibration for what serious looks like. You go 9 for 9. Or you miss your 3rd attempt and spend 2 weeks rebuilding that technically. Either way, you're here. You're competitive. Your training has been optimized within an inch of its life. Your coach reviews your footage weekly. You've addressed every technical inefficiency you're willing to address without losing what works. You've probably made choices about equipped versus raw, and about which federation suits your body and your goals, and about how to peak for the specific dates that matter. Sleep is no longer optional. Recovery is budgeted like money. You don't drink much. You don't stay up late without reason. Your social life exists inside these constraints, and the people who matter to you have learned to work around them or have opted out entirely. You think about your training when you're not training. At work. In conversations. In that specific window between lying down and falling asleep where the mental footage of your lifts plays back unbidden. You run through your squat. You identify the thing that needs fixing. You remind yourself to queue for it on Thursday. It never turns off. Most people at this level wouldn't have it any other way. Level 7. The record holder. Your name is in a database somewhere that matters. State record, national record, federation record, maybe world record in a less contested class, maybe a highly contested one. It's there, typed out next to a number that nobody else in your category has achieved in officially ratified competition. You know exactly how fragile that is. Records fall. You may have already had one taken. You know the specific feeling of watching someone else's name replace yours on a list you worked years to appear on. It's its own kind of grief, brief and sharp, and you recover from it because you don't have an alternative. Lifting at this level requires a support system most people outside the sport don't know exists. Coach, programming, physiotherapist, sports psychologist perhaps, or a training partner who serves that function informally. Your nutrition is potentially managed by someone else. Your attempts are selected collaboratively. You've had conversations about PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs. Maybe you've made a decision either way. This is a reality of the sport at the elite level, and anyone who tells you otherwise is either uninformed or being dishonest. The tested and untested federations exist for real reasons. Where you compete and how you compete is a choice you've made with your eyes open. People online know who you are in the powerlifting community. Strangers comment on your lifts. Some of those comments are generous, some are not. You've learned to read the ones that are useful and ignore the ones that aren't, which took longer than the deadlift did. Your body carries the record of what you've asked of it. Not in a way that shows from the outside necessarily, but you know. Your joints know. Your sleep knows. You wouldn't change it. Level 8. The lifer. You've been doing this for over a decade. Your relationship with the sport has changed. The hunger that drove your early years has been replaced by something steadier. A commitment that doesn't require the same fire to sustain it because it has become structural. Part of the architecture of who you are. Your numbers may have peaked. That's a sentence that arrives differently than you expected. The gap between who you are in the gym and who you were at your best is a thing you've made peace with, mostly. Competition may look different now. Masters categories, or regional meets instead of national ones, or simply the quiet satisfaction of a heavy training day rather than a platform performance. You coach, or you mentor, or you just answer questions from newer lifters with the patience of someone who remembers what it was like to not know. You are useful to the community in a way that has nothing to do with your total. You've watched people come and go. People who were going to be great and walked away. People who got hurt badly. People who turned it into something unsustainable and burned out. You've watched the sport change, the equipment, the federations, the culture, the attention it gets from the outside world. You are still here. Some days the training is hard and your joints are unhappy, and you wonder what you're doing in a cold gym at 6 a.m., moving weight around for no reason that anyone outside this world would find immediately legible. Then the bar is loaded, and you step up to it, and your body knows exactly what to do because you have done this thousands of times. You pull, or you squat, or you press. It goes up. That's enough. It has always been enough. It will continue to be enough. Somewhere in a gym, a person is watching a video online. Someone pulling an impossible weight. Something about it reaches through the screen and grabs them. They don't know where it leads. They'll find out. They always do.